What is going on, guys? How y'all doing on this Wednesday evening into Thursday? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I am here live to give you my AEW Dynamite live review from the October 14th, 2020 edition of Dynamite, which is also celebrating the 1-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Of course, the legitimate anniversary is October 2nd, 2020, but they are crediting October 14th, 2020 as the 1-year anniversary show. As all 4 titles were on the line on the show tonight at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. And gotta say, for an anniversary show, very good show. Love the show, top to bottom. There was one thing, though, that kind of left me like, a little head scratching on it. But the matches were great. We had a segment set up for a delicious steak dinner next week. I wish I was invited to it. Unfortunately, I am not, of course. I don't know if I wanted to be invited. I probably would be there with both Jericho and MJF. And of course, we have some more matches being set up as well for Full Gear, which we'll get into that as well. But as far as an anniversary show, awesome. Again, I don't really have anything to complain about the show. Again, alright, maybe one thing I'm going to nitpick about, because I'm not too sure how I feel about them doing another match based off of what happened at All Out with these two. But honestly, gotta finish business. But then again, I'm still head scratching about it. But we'll get into it, and then I gotta get off and shave off this beard because it's driving me nuts. Because once again, guys, the beard does not fit the man. And I'm not doing No Shave November, even though my best friend's trying to get me to do it for how many times. And I'm seeing it tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure if he sees this on me, he is going to get his hopes up. So, yeah, so so that's going to be changing next time you see me tomorrow, which will most likely be for my NXT live review. Does it look like we're going to be able to do a top 10 special this week? I do apologize. I know I suggested I would maybe do one during my vacation, but I'm not going to do it. And, this vacation's been very meh. It's been alright. But, let's roll into Dynamite and talk about the show. We've got JR and Tyler in the live chat. JR says John Moxley retained, which was probably a good match. That was a good match. Tyler thought the main event was epic, but the ending was stupid, he thought. We'll get to that, of course, when we get to it, but thank you for your stuff in the live chat, as always, guys. So we opened up this anniversary episode with a World Tag Title match between FTR's Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood taking on best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent. Not a bad match to start the show. Again, I'm going to continue to say this, even though I think they said they have 20 wins now as a tag team this year, I think, which of course is a lot for sure. But how best friends, again, they're still growing on me, I still feel. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're horrible, but I don't consider them big names that really, pop out to me still compared to, FTR, the Young Bucks, the Elite or whatnot when they were there. SCU has already kind of made some strong statements. Private Party. Best Friends? Yes, they've gained a lot of, momentum over the past several weeks, especially their parking lot brawl with, Santana and Ortiz did get a 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer. I still thought that was a good match. I don't know, again, this is something still missing from Best Friends is making me, think they're they're must-see. They're a good tag team. Again, I have to continue to say, though, they still continue to impress me, but I feel like I've been blown away more by more teams. That's my opinion. But the match was still pretty good. Some good counters and whatnot. FTR wins with a lateral press from Dax on the Taylor to retain the titles. After the match, though, Penelope Ford brings out Miro, who crashes the ring and beats them down hits an overhead belly to belly on Taylor, throwing Chuck into Trent, and then dumping him to the floor, and then he goes to put his Accolade finisher on it. Unfortunately, he botched it. When he put his arms around it, he went like, up like, whoop, shoot, basically. But he was able to recover from it quickly. So I guess there's some type of, feud going on between them because of, something with their gaming machines or arcade or something like that. I can't remember. But, as I said, if they got a lot of wins, still a little overrated as a tag team. I still a little overrated, but, still, good. Best friends, a good way to feud with Miro and Kip Sabian. Fine by me. Again, like I said, Kip Sabian, I still don't think it's going to be don't think it's going to be that big of a star compared to what Miro's going to be, but this is still a good duo, even though they're meant to be heels. Again, Kip Sabian's definitely going to be the one getting more of the heat magnet, and then, Miro's the one, he's going to be the heel. And it's going to be more over to lead to eventually Miro turning on Kip Sabian and, making him a babyface, because we all know how big of a star Miro can be, because he's the best. He's the best. He's the best, man. He's the best. He's the best. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting tired because I'm not even as enthusiastic, but that was good. So then Kip Sabian and Miro squashed Lee Johnson and Sean Maluta. That's where he gooped up with the Accolade, basically. But afterwards, Kip Sabian gets on a mic and yells at best friends. Miro tells him it's game over because they broke his shit. So again, they're set for probably that tag match. Maybe we'll get that at Full Gear. I'd be cool with it because that card's already stacked the way it is. Then we're shown backstage Lance Archer's beating up Jon Moxley, and everybody's trying to break it up, getting ready for the main event. And then we have, first we have the hype up for the number one contenders tournament for the AEW World Championship. And the winner's going to face the winner of the main event at Full Gear. Let me see if I can find the bracket, just so I could go over. Aha! Nope, this is not it. Bracket. I'm sorry, I spelled that. Bracket is this it. Tag titles, tag teams. Here it is. Okay, so we're gonna have Penta El Zero M take on his tag team partner Rey Fenix. We're gonna have Kenny Omega take on Joey Janela, Colt Cabana take on Hangman Adam Page, and then Wardlow take on Jungle Boy. I am still leaning towards one of Eddie Kingston's boys. I think it might come down to Moxley and Page. We could see Adam Page and Jon Moxley. Well, I already spoiled the main event, but they're still continuing on this feud with Eddie Kingston and Moxley. So I'm not sure if we'll get that at the pay-per-view or not, but who knows what's going to be. But one of them is going to happen. Anyway, so we get that reveal, and then we have this segment with MJF coming out with Wardlow, wanting Chris Jericho to be there for his big announcement. Jericho comes out with the rest of the inner circle, all of them except for Sammy wearing the jackets that MJF got him. Sammy was holding a jacket, and then MJF calls him out, asking him to put it on. Sammy refused, but tells him to wear it, but it's like 3 times the size, and Sammy doesn't want it, until Jericho makes him wear it, and that's what happens. MJF then puts over Chris Jericho's physique, comparing him to Popeye, and his hair. He wanted to touch the hair of Jericho. Braid it up, man, we're going to call it. But he did, and I'm like, it's like when Voldemort goes, I can touch you now, as he was hoping to touch Jericho's hair. So that happens then. And MJF keeps it real and says that him and Jericho are the 2 biggest minute-for-minute draws, and Jericho is the demo god. He's the ratings ruler. They've both been on top of their game since the beginning, but they've never gotten physical in a square and circle. Because Jericho's just railing about Animal Planet. Well, he's just saying that all Jericho pays attention to is Animal Planet, and Jericho's like, I hate Animal Planet, probably referring to his daughters. But then he references how MJF referenced Animal Planet is because when you watch animals on TV, you never see piranhas eat each other because they have mutual respect. And they're the same way. Swimming around prey, but the prey is adapting, and they're going to have to adapt too if they want to stay on top. So then, of course, MJF struggles to, ask that he wants to join the Inner Circle, but of course, Chris Jericho saying, "Are you saying you want to join the Inner Circle?" But MJF's still struggling to say it. And then, finally, when he gets out, Ortiz says he's trying to live out his childhood fantasies and jerk Jericho's chain, but they don't want him in the Inner Circle. Jericho's like, whoa, they're family, a team, and they make their decisions together. But they'll need to talk about this next week for a steak dinner, which they accept, and they're going to have that next week. So, intrigued to see that. Of course, see if MJF does join the Inner Circle. Again, like I said before, I didn't give my good friend Rywan Kenobi, credit for this idea, but I'd still, because of, their characters, and how good they are together, give them a few months together. Like, give MJF a few months in the Inner Circle, and again, I still say save the match for Revolution. But this is a good way to kind of, keep that suspense, will MJF join the Inner Circle? Will, Chris Jericho die? Will they brawl out next week? Will we have the match at Full Gear instead? I'm not sure. Somehow, though, I think we should still wait till Revolution for this match. But it's still going to be freaking awesome. We have this segment with Britt Baker getting a spa treatment as Tony Schiavone's getting an interview too. They're talking about Britt's comeback, and then they pull out Reba, and she flips to rule number 5, being the baddest bitch on the block. But she sits up and realizes that Tony Schiavone is naked. And then they start giving him a chest wax, and then they're getting pedicures now, and Britt talk about how now that she's back, the entire division is on notice, and she's going to be in action next week. Are we going to be getting a title shot at Full Gear? Maybe, who knows? Then we got this TNT Championship match. Cody Rhodes and Orange Cassidy. Excellent match. Very good match to put over both of them and make Orange Cassidy look amazing against Cody Rhodes, who's gone back to the blonde hair now instead of the dark hair, as well as the point of dyeing his hair. During the match, though, they're showing Darby Allin out in the crowd. And they're saying that Darby Allin is going to get a TNT Championship shot at Full Gear. There's a lot of great near falls. We have a beach break on the apron. There's a spot in the match where the Dark Order tried to interfere, but they got kicked out. And then more back and forth action, some good near falls toward the end, and the match ends up going to a draw, as I was intrigued by, for sure. They announced a rematch in 2 weeks between these two, but personally, make this a triple threat at Full Gear. Because, yes, I'd love to see Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin, but again, we've seen that match already a couple times. But we haven't seen, of course, it's the first time we saw Orange Cassidy and Cody Rhodes. We never had a Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy, but okay, I think that would be a very interesting match for sure if we go with the triple threat. So I'm kind of hoping that something happens in the match in a few weeks, 2 weeks, that it leads to the triple threat at Full Gear as I predicted. Could be some good stuff. So we have that match that we did there. Moxley that started attacking Lance Archer backstage, which we then get an interview with Matt Hardy, who says he feels blessed to be there with his family and everyone, and he's 100% cleared. Then we get a segment, though, with a man burning photos of Matt Hardy, and it's Sammy Guevara, revealing that it was him who's been attacking Matt Hardy lately and whatnot. Basically, they're doing one more match, probably because of what happened at All Out. I don't know about that. I mean, again, it was definitely a black mark for AEW as the way it handled it. I mean, it's not really the wrestler's fault. I guess we could try it again, but maybe we could have moved on with something fresh. Matt won, even though we didn't get the match they won. Maybe they're trying to redeem themselves. I don't know. This is the only, spot I'd say about the show was that segment there. I'm not too crazy about them continuing this feud, but they are. Maybe they'll make up for what happened at All Out, so we'll see. So we got that, and then we have They announced who's going to be facing off for the number one contendership for the tag titles at Full Gear next week. And the teams are Private Party, the Beaver Boys, Butcher and the Blade, and the Young Bucks. Who come down to the ring. They're saying they're not here to super kick Tony, but to super kick Private Party. And then they get a big brawl. But again, next week that Fatal 4-Way is going to lead to the Young Bucks winning. And they're going to face FTR Full Gear. Between that, whoever Moxley faces, whoever Karashita faces, hopefully it's Britt Baker, to hopefully a tag match with FTR and the Young Bucks, to the triple threat I'm predicting between Cody, Darby, and Orange would be awesome. Full Gear shaping up to be pretty good. Hikaru Shida retained the women's title over Big Swole, but Big Swole still put on a great match, definitely to put her over. I gotta agree. That was good there. And we have a vignette with Sean Spears talk about how he's coming for Scorpio Sky. So I guess we're getting that match maybe at Full Gear also. Okay, whatever. Eddie Kingston of Lucha Bros stayed on commentary for the main event with Jon Moxley and Lance Archer. I wish he would have given this match another 5 more minutes. Like, make it like a 20-minute match instead of a 15-minute match. But it was still a pretty good match. And they made it no disqualification also. I thought these two worked very well and had good chemistry together. I think they made Lance Archer look like a monster. And, even though he lost with that weird-looking roll-up, they made it look like that he was a tough match for Moxley. There was a paradigm shift done through tables. There was another one done on him that Archer was able to kick out of. And then Moxley even hit the blackout on Archer. Archer hit the blackout on Moxley. But that wasn't enough as Moxley reversed it to a crucifix pin but to retain the title. But still a great, brutal match. Made Archer look pretty good, even though he had lost. But I think they definitely made him look a little better than recently. After the match, though, Archer attacks Moxley, but Eddie Kingston and Lucha Bros basically get Archer to back off till they start attacking him. And he was just like, at first he was putting over Moxley, saying he's carried the company for the past year. But he's like saying he never tapped out or lost to Moxley, so he wants his rematch. So he's not in that championship tournament. But maybe he'll have Ray Phoenix, someone take his place or replace him or something like that. I'm not sure. But that's the show, guys. Again, I probably could have talked a little more about it, but I got tired. We'll check the live chat here first. Cody Rhodes and Orange Cassidy, I think, at the match of the night, though. Triple threat, yes. Vince hates WCW. He hates NXT, and he's everything. For sure. Maybe we can get Jon Moxley versus Matt Hardy, which would be an awesome match. I definitely agree. He's not in that tournament, though, but it would be an awesome match to have. And Tyler did his Judgment Day review. Nice. But checking the polls before I go to bed. What grade would you give AEW Dynamite? 42.9% said A, 28.6% said B, 28% said C. That's, fair game there. Again, I gave this show an A. Very good show. Again, the only thing that kind of had me head scratching was the reveal of Sammy Guevara being Matt Hardy's attacker. So that's whatever. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Again, I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be back here tomorrow live for my NXT review. So, what are your thoughts on AEW tonight? Leave thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe or comment to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to bed. Peace out, everybody.